What's happening, everyone? Just trying to get live. Bear with me. Oops. Come on. All right, what's happening? Sorry, that took me way too long to get my to get my Twitter up and live. So give me just a second here, guys. Oh, hey, there's me making noise in the background too. Let me mute that. All right. Good, this is what I want, yes. Let me just get live on Facebook. Aw, dang it. Come on. Is this the bottom? No, unfortunately, the short version of that is no, I don't think so. I'm gonna keep this real short today, guys. I'm actually not gonna go look at 100 different alts today because, frankly, I don't see the point today. Sound is low. Better now? I'm like literally right in front of the mic, so hopefully that's better. Better? Anybody? Dozy boy, sounding better for you? I hope. All right, hold on. I gotta get live on one more place here. All right, good. Start broadcast. Great. All right, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me okay? What's happening, everybody over on Twitter? Market manipulation, yeah, I'll say. Sure hard to think that it's not manipulated at this point, isn't it? You turn me up? Cool, I like to be turned up. Hopefully I'm loud enough. My mic is about as loud as it could go without getting too hot. I don't want it to run red and run the signal into the red because then it'll just sound like garbage. Sounds Chinese. I do? Interesting. I have to work on my accent. When 4K says notorious ENV whale talk. Yeah, when 4K. I think honestly, I don't know when 4K, but I think we're on the way down to the low sixes is what I think. To be honest, yeah. Somebody Cryptomaniac too says we probably going below 6K. I kind of think so too, guys. So let's just jump into it. Like I said, guys, I'm keeping this one short. We've got our team meeting tonight, and so I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna try to keep it to like a half hour, 40 minutes. So let's just jump into it. Market cap sucks today. We are clear down to the 300 billion mark. We have lost 40 billion in we have lost 40 billion in market cap over the weekend. Brutal. 24-hour volume dismal. Under $16,000. Bitcoin dominance going back up to 39%. Anytime we see that approaching 40, it's generally indicative of a red day for all the alts. And it's just blood in the streets out there. If I'm being honest, guys, it's just blood in the streets today. Everybody's losing their minds, and what we're calling to say is, do we see further breakdown, or does this look like the floor? And frankly, my short answer to that is, I don't think we've found the floor yet. I think we're bouncing around a lot of where we've seen some historic support, but unless we find some solid bull volume in the next day or so, I am quite convinced we're actually going to continue to go down further. You know, it looks like it's about to bounce right here. Volume coming up a little bit, but I suspect this is just trading bots making this happen. Excuse me. Because look, if you look over at the 1 hour, everything is getting up into the everything is getting up into the overbought area. RSI is looking not as bad as it was actually before I started the stream. I looked at the charts a bit earlier, and look, we actually did see a little bit of a bounce between the last time I looked at the charts and prepping to go live. So I would never put my money in it, that's for sure, says Notorious V. I am assuming that you were talking about Tether. I don't mess with Tether, but I think a lot of people are sitting out into either Tether or fiat at this point, just because it's blood red in the streets. So it looks like the bulls are trying to get some momentum back in a positive direction, but I really honestly think this is what we're going to see right here, is basically heavy resistance at the 7K level and on the way up. So I mean, look right here, it looks like 68 was about the highest. I actually got caught on this. I had a buy order that was in at 68 because I didn't think we were going to go quite that far down. So I caught a falling knife, which is never a good look, but I thought maybe we were going to bounce off 7,000 and I was going to pick up a little bit at the extra. My estimation did not play out, so effectively I don't know when the bottom is at this point, guys, to be honest. I think if we look back, you know, I think we have some room to get down. Basically, this is what I would say right now. Right now, I have a stop loss for 100% of my short-term position at 6,500, and if it hits that, I'm sitting out of the market until we do find the bottom, because there's not really any support. Like, look at this. Let me go to daily, and there's not really any major supports until, yeah, like 4,000. Look at that. I mean, so we've got 6. There's nothing really at 5. There's nothing really. I guess like right there at 5 is where we start to see, and 4,700. But there's just not a ton of support. So, you know, honestly, we could fall all the way down as far as this 2,500 mark, and I don't think that's happening immediately. But it's, you know, that's the next place I see any kind of strong historic support, and that's not even that strong comparatively, really. So who knows what the market is going to do right now. I think in the short term, I think you would be playing a very risky game trying to swing or day trade in the current market conditions. And you know, honestly, guys, I've had a lot of people commenting in lately mad at me because I'm saying, you know, I don't think this is the bottom. I think we have further down to go. I have a lot of people jawing at me being like, well, tell us when you are convinced and things like that. And honestly, guys, I mean, of course I would tell you when I am convinced, but why are you mad that I'm trying to keep you from getting wrecked, right? Like, I said that I thought this was going to happen, and I've been saying that for weeks. And you know, our community, all the technical analysts in our community have been coming up with the same thing. We've been saying this literally for weeks. We don't think this is the bottom. We think it's got further downside to go. And trust me, I don't want to say that, guys. Like, a lot of what I do for a living revolves around me hoping for a bull market turnaround. But I just, if I'm being honest, I don't see it happening right now. It looks, you know, it's not looking great. And so I would rather tell you the truth than try to shill you a bunch of garbage and have everybody lose money. That doesn't help me. That doesn't make me feel good. And it doesn't make me, yeah. I see somebody's commenting over here. People are stupid that get mad at people for being real. You know, honestly, guys, I just try to share my honest opinion and my honest feedback with you guys, and my knowledge, you know, for what it's worth. Because ultimately that's what we're here to do, is just educate, right? I mean, you know, I try not to just, I know you guys like having the calls. I know people like to log in on here and hear what I would do if I was in a position, you know, and of course that's part of what has attracted me to, you know, following a number of different channels, is just hearing what other traders are doing. But ultimately, you know, when they say do your own research, etc., there's a reason why, is because it's your money, you're investing with your money, or you're effectively gambling with your money if you're not doing the research. And let's face it, this is a very speculative industry right now anyway. So until we see more market adoption, you know, who knows? I think I just haven't seen any real signs of a reversal. And, you know, even though I'm long-term bullish. I'm definitely bearish in the short term. Unfortunately, I'm not out shorting the market because I don't like to contribute to the downfall if I can avoid it. But I can see what's happening and I can react to that and I can share that information. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just rambling now and ignoring the chat. So let me jump over here and see what everybody's doing. Everybody says fine, good. What's up? What's up, good people? Mike Novogratz said buy EOS. Yeah, Mike Novogratz said buy EOS. Yeah, honestly, guys, if I had some people asking me specifically if they were to get in, what would be my gamble? And I said I thought ETH and EOS would be. I think those two have, in a market reversal, a lot more room to the upside than say Bitcoin or a lot of the other altcoins, and I'm still sticking with that for now. But with that said, you know, it's tough to say that anything is going to go crazy until Bitcoin stops going down, really. So, yeah. Market usually makes a move on Wednesdays, says Aircoins. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Looks like we're screwed for a while, just face it, says Banger Committee. Yeah, you know, guys, I mean, ultimately, this is what it comes down to, and this is why I literally close every stream with keep your stop losses tight. Know where your exit is. Know where your exit is. Where did you enter the market? What comfortable percentage do you have to give before you say that's enough? I'm gonna sit out and you know, and ultimately that means, or how much does that mean in the opposite direction? If you're in a bull market, what are you comfortable gaining before you close out your position or take profit? And you should always know. You should what's the saying? Planning your trade and trading your plan is really, you know, find your strategy and then stick to your strategy. It'll serve you better in the long run. Why are people even surprised this is happening? Keep expectations realistic and stop listening to outlandish predictions. Bravo, bravo, bravo. People always coming on here trying to get me to say Bitcoin to 50K by the end of the year and ridiculous stuff like that. And I just don't make ridiculous predictions because I don't know. Nobody knows. All these people are guessing and they're going like this. I'm going to say this number look good to you guys? Great. And you know, they're just hoping that people like it and continue to fall for it. I mean, you know, there's an entire market around people saying, guys, you know, again, I'm not going to name names, but you guys know who they are. Guys, my institutional investor friends are telling me I've got inside track, I've got the inside scoop, and I know that all this money is going to come in. And you know, I keep hearing a lot of this about institutional money and a lot of people that know a lot of things, but none of this stuff ever comes true. So ultimately, I don't make ridiculous predictions because I don't know. It's silly to say. It could be $100 million. It could go all the way to zero. I don't know what's going to happen by the end of the year. I know what's going to happen day to day as I react to the market, right? So, and that's what I try to come on and share with you guys. So anyway, that's where I'm at with it. So let's see. I'm not mad, bro. Hey, Dozy, I wasn't talking to you, man. I didn't think you were mad, bro. It was somebody that commented on one of my videos last week. That was, you know, I just get it here and there. People jawing at me. All right, let's see what else. What is the bottom for BTC? I don't know. That's what I'm touching on, guys. I don't know what the bottom is for BTC. I honestly thought it was going to be 6K. I'm not 100% confident on that now. Again, it's really ultimately that thing about what do the whales want? What do the whales want? When are the people with, you know, institutional money? What is their number that they want to buy in at? And I can see why they wouldn't buy in at 20, but I couldn't see why market manipulators would want to tank the market all the way down to nothing and completely destroy the public interest that was created, you know, back towards the end of 2017 in this market. If they're truly, I mean, realistically, guys, if they're truly trying to manipulate this market, you would think they would want to knock it down to a certain amount, hyperinflate it again, take profit, and then crash it again. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's what we did already see happen from, you know, the 20th. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say at this juncture. So most people that invest using a credit card can't pay their bills. That's fair. That's fair. I know I did a fair amount of crypto purchasing on my credit card last year, but I was also immediately going to pay the credit card off when I did it. And I was primarily using it just because I wanted to be able to transact right now rather than transferring money into my account, waiting for it to clear, you know, or paying to have a wire transfer done, waiting for it to clear and then being able to trade. I was doing it on my credit card, and then, you know, the various bankers said, nope, we're kiboshing that. And I can understand why, because people were putting out a massive risk on their money. that they were not comfortable taking. So let's see. BitTorrent sold to Mr. Sun. Oh, that's great news. So Pump Master Sun has, I know I was talking about that, I believe last week or maybe end of the week before, that they were looking at acquiring BitTorrent. So I think that's very cool that Justin Sun has acquired BitTorrent, and I can see a lot of potential for that going forward for Tron. So do I have confirmation link? I'm not sure what you're asking me, Fernando, so I don't know what to say to you. Let's see. What else we got going here? Wells Fargo will not accept credit card payments for Bitcoin any longer, so how do we buy off exchanges? Well, you're going to have to buy with your own money. I mean, ultimately, this is the way that I do it, is whenever I get paid, whatever portion of that paycheck that I am willing to put into crypto for that time, I immediately go over to my Coinbase and make a deposit. And then once it clears, it's there in my trading stack. Now, I've had a couple of weeks of that where I've just been putting money in and not really doing anything with it. So my trading stack is getting a little healthier as far as the fiat amount goes, but I have no reason to enter that into the market right now because I don't like I don't like putting money in when I'm pretty convinced it's going to keep going down. So that being said, you'll just have to not use your credit card. You're going to have to transact with money you actually have. And I would say to you that if you don't have the money now to put into the market, then you're not making wise financial decisions, in my opinion. I would never gamble with money that I couldn't afford to lose. And frankly, cryptocurrency is gambling, guys. It really is. Let's just admit it. Let's just call it what it is. You know, they're all speculative investments into things that have some small amount of market use case now, but by and large are ideas, websites, and white papers, right? Ideas, websites, and white papers sound great to all of us because we are the crypto community, but to the traditional investor and to the regular, normal retail market, that's not something that they're like, oh yeah, sure, that sounds like a great reason to put my money in. So I would just say if you can't afford to get into this market with cash out of your pocket, I would recommend not getting into this market. If it were me, I would not. Because again, like I said, when I was using my credit card, I was immediately paying it off, going over to my bank and transferring out of savings into my checking. So yeah, I think I understand why banks say we don't want you transacting on your credit card, because especially in this downtrend market, people are still trying to buy more, and we're in a downtrend market, so they're racking up debt for an asset that is losing value. That's just not smart. All right, so let's see. They're not the first ones to do it. Just use your debit card. I would double check on that. Coingo Boingo, I've heard, and I don't know, I haven't confirmed because I haven't even tried since they stopped it, but I've heard even with your debit card that they are trying to charge cash advance fees on that, which doesn't seem to make sense considering a debit card is supposed to be the same thing as cash. But I would be very cautious with that, guys. If you are transacting on your debit card, I would make sure that you're not getting raked over the coals in fees. So that's something to pay attention to. All right, let's see. What else? You can make a deposit with Bankwire. Yes. What about entering the market with a second mortgage on my house? Definitely not a good idea. Banks create money out of thin air and they aren't racking up shit. That's right, but you know what the problem, the main difference there is? The Federal Reserve can continue to print money out of thin air and nobody's going to take them to prison. Right? I mean, you'd think that if somebody was going to go to prison over that sort of thing, it would have happened in 2008, and it didn't. In fact, they just got more taxpayer money. So it doesn't really matter, right? Like that's it. The Federal Reserve is going to continue to print money, and they're going to continue to manipulate interest rates, and they're going to continue to make the value of the U.S. dollar go down. And I suspect that's probably pretty similar to what's happening in other countries. So I don't know. There's not really much you can do about that. All right, Crypto Stash, biggest gamble I've ever made, right? And I mean, this is what's funny about it, guys, right? Everybody knew they were gambling last year. Everybody knew it. And if they didn't, then they were foolish. But everybody knew they were gambling last year, and by and large, they did it anyway. But everybody was okay with it because Bitcoin Moon. Bitcoin Moon. Yeah, pay the bank with a promissory note. See how well I'm sure that won't land you too far in jail. But you know, that's ultimately that's what I'm saying, guys. Is you know, everybody thought they were a savvy investor last year, because if you got in anytime between January and June, by December you were balling. Unfortunately, if you got in between January and June, you wrecked this year. So who knows? We could see a turnaround, but I just haven't seen any signs. That is confirmed with other members of my community, you know, our trading community in the Cryptosomniac Advantage. Many of us are saying, you know, we don't see any reason to continue entering this market right now. And frankly, again, guys, like we'd rather tell you the truth and keep you from losing a bunch of money than you know, just keep trying to pump the market up. We don't pump and dump. Hashtag no shill. You know, we don't chase bad trades. Hashtag no FOMO. You know, we're just here to try to educate and help you guys make better decisions and share our knowledge as we do. So, anyways, I haven't even hardly done any TA today, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna look at Bitcoin. I'm gonna look at ETH. I'm gonna look at EOS, and then I'm gonna give away some crypto, and I'm out of here. So guys, by the way, while we're on the subject, if you like the content we do put out and you are happy that you've been following this channel, hit that thumbs up and do me a favor and go hit that little subscription bell so that you know when we're coming on. You know, likewise, if you know, if you know people that want to know about cryptocurrency and want to get honest feedback from people that aren't just out to push our own agenda, please steer them in our direction, because you know, the best recommendation, you know, what is it, the best compliment you can give me is a referral. So send more people to us, tell them to like and subscribe, and we would always appreciate that. All right, yeah, I'll look at Decred too, since you asked. I'll look at that right now. I know I've got that in here. There we go. All right. Well, I'll tell you what this looks like to me is, wow, that's very unusual. So what I see right here is this went in an opposite direction of what I would have anticipated here, right? So I would see this break down and start to form a symmetrical triangle. I would have thought this break right here would have been to the downside. So that's actually surprising to me to see that direction. And I don't know why. Why is it going against Bitcoin today? I mean, all I can do, guys, is tell you, ultimately, I would not be getting any alts today. That being said, you know, if you're long-term bullish on it, then it's, if you're long-term bullish on a project, I suppose you could consider trying to accumulate more right now. So if this is something that you're long on, you could try to accumulate more, but for me, I don't have any confidence telling you guys to pick up any alts today. I just don't, and that's just the truth. Charlie Lee put the majority of his profits into Decred today? Is that what's happening? Thanks a lot, Charlie. Put it back into Litecoin. Put it back into Litecoin. All right, well, anyway, this is let me make my you guys know I'm partial to my colors. All right. I don't know. The RSI is looking awful high on that. This is just on the daily. Yeah, histogram is showing that this looks like it's gonna dip to me. Yep. So again, I don't have a crystal ball. I just told you that I would have what the chart told me before would have told me the wrong thing. So you know, guys, TA is useful, but it's not perfect. Yeah, I don't know. If it depends. When did you enter this trade? Are you looking for a place to get in, or are you looking for yeah, are you looking for a target exit? It's still run up. It's still bouncing off pretty close to all-time highs. Not quite. I mean, this is all-time high at the peak of this wick here, but that's normally I wouldn't include it. So even then, I mean, you know, even if I don't include that, then we're bouncing off all-time highs pretty much. So either way, that's a don't buy for me right now. I never buy at all-time highs. I don't think that's smart, and honestly, this is looking like a 1, 2, like double top. So I would wait to see what a couple more candles play out there on these larger intervals, 4 hour, before. But you know, if you were gonna, I mean, just basic pure looking at this chart, if this is on your long-term holds, if this were my long-term hold and this were something I were looking to accumulate as Bitcoin is ruining it for all the rest of the alts, I would ladder buy orders in. I would ladder buy orders in from 11, 10, what is that? Well, it's 110, 26, 13 up to just above this fib level here maybe, and just wait for that trade to come to you, because I think Bitcoin has further down to go, and I don't think any alt is going to be able to stand up to the fury of Bitcoin's Bitcoin's plunge, which is unfortunately what I am afraid is going to happen. I don't know that for sure, but there is not a ton of support below where we are already at, and so I think if it drops from here, it could go all the way through. And I don't even want to speculate on that, because it hurts my feelings to think about it. But yeah, anyway, where am I located? I am in Los Angeles. I am located in Los Angeles, and most of the time, occasionally I'm up in the Bay Area, but most of the time I'm in Los Angeles. Coinbase kept everyone's Ethereum Classic after the DOA, so maybe. Not sure what you're referring to there, but oh well, so says Bill Guerra. Maybe not. Coinbase says they are adding support for ETC in the coming months. Well, I would say this, just to speak on that a little bit. If that's anything like their BCH was, I believe if you had Bitcoin in your Coinbase wallet prior to the fork and did not move it out of your Coinbase wallet prior to the fork, by the time they decided to support it, I believe they credited you with the commensurate amount of Bitcoin Cash, I believe. I had already moved mine. Mine was in a cold wallet, so I did not get it on Coinbase. It was already in an offline wallet. So yeah, stacking 9mm, that's about where I'm at, man. Is time to pick the alts that might not drop as much as the others. Good luck. Yeah. I can't really in good conscience say to get any alt right now unless it's specifically something that you want to hold for the long term. So yeah, I wouldn't get in on Decred right now. I would wait to see what Bitcoin does. But if you were to enter some buy orders, again, I'm just gonna say just purely looking at this. Yeah, ladder them in anywhere. Man, I don't know. I don't even want to say this high, right? Because if I start telling you to ladder in buys between here and I think Bitcoin's going to dump, which kind of do, if I'm telling you to ladder buys in here, you're going to drop right through it when Bitcoin goes down. And so that is what we call catching a falling knife, and that you don't want to do that. So it's a good way to get cut and have more blood in the streets. See where these analogies go? Yeah. All right. 2 years later for ETC, yeah, it could be. They did. I got my BCH. So there you go. See. So yeah. So if you don't move any ETH out of your Coinbase, maybe by the time they decide to support it and open that up, maybe you'll be credited with it. But I would not hold my breath, and I would not stop trading out of Coinbase just so I could get that. I would have. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you on that one. You should always. My opinion is, anytime you hear about a fork that you are interested in holding, you should always move that into an offline wallet. Always. All right, guys, that's it. Like I said, I'm keeping it close on TA tonight, guys, and we're pushing up on 40 minutes. So let me give away some free crypto, and I'm out of here. Sorry, guys. I would do more TA tonight, but apparently today was rant day. So thanks for listening to me, and let's go ahead and give away some free crypto. What do you say? By the way, if you want to be eligible for free crypto, all you have to do is not up here in the chat, but down here below in the comments, comment with your ERC20 address and a comment. Give me a like and a share on Facebook, and also a retweet on Twitter, and you'll be eligible for free crypto. So let's see who won on my last video. Boise, welcome, just in time for your favorite part. Mamara, hello, hello. All right, so oh dang, I got rid of my thing. So 1 for Facebook. Let's see, how do I have these in here? So 1 for YouTube, 2 for Facebook, 3 for Twitter. 1, 2, 3. And Facebook it is. So going over to Facebook, and only 2. Guys, it is really easy to win free crypto right now because people are not doing the things. So there you go. Out of these two individuals, one of them won. Hold on, let me see if I can get a 3 here out of this. There we go. And 2. And close my eyes and click it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Number 1. So Gaurav Gupta, you just won yourself some free crypto. I will have my staff take care of that for you. Hey, it's click your heels 3 times, like Dorothy. There's no place like home. There's no place like Tron. Anyways, guys, thanks for spending time with me today. I hope everybody is, well, let's put it this way. You're either proving that you have very strong hands, or you might have just gotten below, you might have forgot to set your stop loss. So as I always say, keep your stop losses tight, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully we'll see some green candles. We'll see you then. Take it easy, guys. Stop loss is tight, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully we'll see some green candles. We'll see you then.